been an endless struggle. You know, I've been dealing with hundreds and hundreds of computers, trying to upgrade all of them to Windows 11. And I'm drowning in tickets. Makes me feel like I want to go jump in this lake and cool off. But this has been kind of a peaceful break spot here at Marine Point during my lunch hour and battling all these malfunctioning machines. And while I'm out here taking a break, I'm also taking the time to ponder a little bit. It's exactly 1 month left. Well, a little less. A little less than 30 days before we crown a new Gamer of the Year. But there's a couple of key dates that come up before that time. One is T20, which I'll be entering that competition yet again. I'm the one in the 9-1 that has a T20 belt around my waist. But despite that being my second Goblin Ghost Championship that I've held, I'm one of the few that have won 4 different belts at the Goblin Ghost Arcade. The Hardcore title, the Gamer of the Year, the current and last Pinball Expo champion. I've been wanting to win my 5th championship at the Goblin Ghost. Right now, there's no other belts I can go after. There's no other belts. So we have to look at belts that are not officially Goblin Ghost titles, but they are frequently contested at the Goblin Ghost Arcade. Blade Wars. Blade Wars Championship. There's the World Bloody Wars title, but also the Bloody Wars Intercontinental Championship. Okay, interim, but work with me here. It kind of sounds more cooler. Bloody Wars Championship, the world title, so to speak. Currently held by somebody who is a newcomer. But the question is, will that person even show up for the next Bloody Wars tournament? Now, I'm not going to make the Killer Instinct tournament on 27th. But I am going to make my debut at the Headless Horseman Arcade on July 20th. Way up there in Wheeling. Yeah, I've got a lot of scores I need to take back at the Goblin Ghost, but I got some business up there first. Uday Chimera, you've got a belt that I'd like to have. You have the Bloody Wars Intercontinental title. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You have your title. I expect you to defend that title because I want that title around my waist. Make that my 5th championship belt. Norman Vale says he's not going to be there, so anything can happen. It's not going to be, there's going to be somebody new contesting. I'm going to be facing off against a whole slew of new Bloody Wars contenders that I've never encountered in any previous tournament. So I have all these new competitors that I'm going to face, and I am going to be practicing up to face all of them. Go up that tournament bracket and try to get to the final. If I'm going to win a Bloody Wars title, this might be a better chance. You know, I finished third in Tekken 3. I finished third Breaker's Revenge. Of course, they were against familiar competition. This time it's a little different. None of these guys have ever faced me. But they also act as if no one's ever beaten them either. So this Sunday, the Headless Horseman Arcade. And by the way, the scores up there, you know, there's a lot of scores up there that haven't really been contested. Because it's a new arcade, a lot of scores are low. So besides me competing in the Bloody Wars tournament, I'll be setting the bar high on several other games. See who comes out to challenge those scores. By the way, Headless Horseman, get on Arcade. Get your scores entered on Arcade. What's taking so long? All the action just can't be with Underground Retrocade and Galvin Ghost. We need other arcades putting scores in that scoreboard there. Yeah, of course you want to verify the daggum dip switch settings and all that. But, you know, it doesn't have to be the same difficulty. You can start a new track. Anyway. Bloody Wars. Marvel vs. Capcom. I have my go-tos. I just have to get used to the different mechanics. Because it's a 3-on-3 contest. I plays a little differently. Being 3-on-3. So. You did, Chimera? Shine up that belt. That Intercontinental belt. For Bloody Wars. Because I'm coming this weekend. I'm going to take that title. I'm going to put it around my waist. And then whoever's holding the Bloody Wars World Championship, be looking over your shoulder. Because that Intercontinental title might as well be money in the bank. I could cash it in at any time after any Bloody Wars tournament and challenge the champion for the belt. The main belt. I'm hungry for more gold. It's about time I get another belt around my waist. Because I want that 5th title belt around my waist. Be one of the few. Be the second person to have 5 different title belts around my waist. Start approaching and catching up with one, Jumbo Slice James White, who's the 6-pack. Yeah, he'll never win a T20 belt. He'll never win a Bloody Wars championship. But if I can take that 5th title, that will continue to build the legend, the mystique of the mad conservative crime fighter in the gaming scene. And sure, one day I would like to be in the International Video Game Hall of Fame as the 91 Nintendo Campus Challenge National Champion. There are more accolades yet to get. I haven't given up my dream. I still will be pursuing them. And I won't stop until I cross the finish line and solidify my place. So Uday Kamara, I'll be seeing you this weekend. Get that belt ready, because I'm coming for it. See you around the arcade soon. Welcome to the Crimeycade. I am the Mag-Conservative Cry Fighter and Stephen Lucas tonight. Yes, all the accolades that I said in my very long-winded promo tonight. Well, let's get to it. Little few news items before we get started. Sunday, and good grief, I'm being joined by the star of the show who's about to crash my stream yet again. You just waited until the show started so you can get up here and take over. Yeah, you. Anyway, Sunday, we did a special podcast in the middle of the afternoon to accommodate this gentleman, Johnny Cass, who is the Midwest Gaming Classic champion. Yeah, he calls himself a world champion for a Midwest convention, but, work with me here. Anyway, yeah, we had to schedule that because his schedule is cramped, very cramped. So I was glad he was able to make it. And good grief, we talked a lot longer than I expected, like getting close to 3 hours of yammering about wrestling and gaming, more wrestling than gaming. But yes, it was quite interesting. And I'm only 7 away. 7 away to get to 100 followers. So if I get some more people, then I can stream on co-stream over here on Facebook besides Twitch. Well, we got some bad news to kind of also talk about. Rob Anthony. So he was a fixture at many of the gaming conventions, Midwest Gaming Classic as well as the Pinball Expo. He was a well-known pinball technician. He passed away. Guess they announced that he passed away this last night due to a heart attack. He's been dealing with a number of cardiovascular issues over the past few months, and he'd been in the hospital all week, and he kind of expected that he was gonna get over this and get home because he had somebody checking in for his companion, Antar. And unfortunately, Rob Anthony passed away last night. And he's going to be, yes. We lost Fred Young last year, and who was or maybe early this year, but early this year. One of the main fixtures of the Pinball Expo year after year, and now he will be gone. Yes, he's had a vendor table at Pinball Expo every year. As for Antar, one of his friends went to get him, so there was concern about the health and safety of Anthony's companion, and so he has been retrieved, and he is in good custody. He's being cared for right now, so unfortunately, so at least we got that was taken care of, because Taro before Antar was also at the Pinball Expo frequently, and everybody could see this dog hanging about at every convention. Taro has his own trading card, I think. Anyway, you'll be missed. So one of the major arcades in Tokyo, run by Sega. Actually, it was bought out, but let me get that headline on the screen here. So Tokyo Game Mecca, Ikahabara set to lose the landmark former Sega arcade after 32 years. Yeah, they lost the lease. The Giga 1 arcade first opened in 1992 as High Tech Land Sega Shinoku. Later changed the name to Club Sega Ikebara and then Sega Ikebara 1. It was the first of Sega's 5 numbered arcades in the area, the bright wood walls of the buildings marking them hard to miss. 2020, Sega started to pull out of the arcade business with Jinda gradually buying up the shares, and then they acquired all of Sega's arcade amusement business, renaming it Jinda Gigo Entertainment. So all the arcades, all of Sega's arcades in Japan got rebranded Gigo, but kept their iconic red walls and some of the Sega-related attractions. So this place will be closing down at the end of August because the fixed term lease on the building has expired. Unfortunate news from the arcade world, unfortunately. So you may have heard of this place. Nickel World in Rockford has announced that they have rebranded themselves as Quarter World. Inflation blamed for the change of name, but it is an arcade up in Rockford, and I have not been there, and the next time I commute up there to the Midwest Gaming Classic, I should stop in because it's like every time I pass by the Tilted 10 and take a tour of that place, but I need to take a look at Nickel World, now known as Quarter World. And Guilty Gear Strive, the sequel to this game, released, 4 years ago? Has been canceled. There's been quite the scandal going on with, Xbox, and this is just another project that they started and then scrapped. And it's been a lot of chatter about Phil Spencer and being the worst, just been a horrible figure for the gaming community. Yeah, the worst leader in gaming history. Phil Spencer closing 6 studios, canceling multiple games. They've laid off 6,750 gaming division employees during his tenure as the CEO of Xbox. And Guilty Gear was just multi-platform, but this is just another. This is for the fighting game community. They're apparently gonna start from square one again. If there's gonna be another Guilty Gear bang. Interestingly enough, Guilty Gear has not shown up as a fighting game for the Bloody Wars tournament as of yet. And your actors and actress for the new Legend of Zelda movie have been named. Bo Bragason and Ben Ainsworth are your new Zelda and Link in the upcoming movie set to start filming relatively soon. It will be live action, by the way. This weekend is the Blade Wars tournament, July 20th. 3 p.m. start time at the Headless Horseman Arcade, as I talked about in my little promo at the beginning of the show. $25 entry fee. Go to Blade Wars tournament.com to sign up. And then the week after, can't make it all the way to Wheeling for the Headless Horseman. the Galvin Ghost Arcade will have the Killer Instinct tournament on July 27th, 2025. $15 to enter that tournament. And the real question is, will the champion, Donnell Sawyer, show up to defend the World Bloody Wars Championship? Will he show up, or will he no-show both tournaments? Will you both? Because if he no-shows both tournaments this weekend and next weekend, either one. Well, if he shows up at least one, he'll be saved. But if he skips the next 2 tournaments, that title victory will be null and void, and that belt will be taken off his waist and put back around the waist of one Norbert Vale. All right. So our guest tonight, and there's certain someone has been complaining about. Oh, I got cheered bits. Thank you. The hype man, JP Pitts, has cheered me 60 bits. I got my very first payout from Twitch. Made more money on Twitch than I did any other streaming service in my entire lifetime. Although it took a year. But it's something. And it's more than what I made on Blip TV, because it took forever to even make the $25 threshold to even pay out from there. But anyway, introducing first. He beat me in the last Blade Wars. Well, not the last Blade Wars, but the last one I was in, Breaker's Revenge. And there's all this chatter about him having the curse of being in 3rd place. Well, I've not finished higher than 3rd place yet. Just twice so far. But he's the world record holder in World Heroes. And is a regular at the Blade Wars tournament. Matthew Neja, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
All right. Also joining us, he's part of the Blade Wars tournament. He's part of the Blade Wars crew. I don't know much about him. I don't think I've met him yet. That's kind of interesting. But I'm pretty much quite interested to find out what his role is in the Blade Wars scene. So welcome in, Lionel Cantu.
Yep.
How are we
What's
doing?
up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good, good.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. JP Pitts has joined us. We've had a few others. We've had in
Good.
our chat.
Shout out JP Pitts.
Yes. In our chat, Jack Cox has joined us. Exotic Vault, a newcomer to our pod. Anyway, well, let's get started. We'll start with Lionel.
Yes, sir.
So what is your role in the Blade Wars?
Commentary, mostly. That's at least how I started. That's how I got in touch with JP and his group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then just competing and being part of the tournament. But
Now,
doing commentary more than anything.
Did you predict? What was the last Blade Wars tournament you took part in? I don't think I've encountered you yet in the
Fight
tournament.
Fest.
Fight Fest? Okay. Was that your first or no?
No, I've been to multiple Bloody Wars tournaments.
Okay.
I haven't encountered you. That's a strange thing. Every time I show up, you don't show up. So
yeah,
what a coincidence.
maybe that will change this Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sunday.
You play Blitz, right?
Yes. But I didn't do
you
the
were.
Blitz
Why weren't
tournament.
Why weren't you there?
Because I was under another obligation.
Oh man,
That's
what they all say.
Oh, if I'm not there, I'm busy with something else.
That's fine. That's what they all say too.
Well, it's also a 200-mile commute. You're local. Damn it.
That's all right.
All right.
It's just a weird coincidence. That's all.
That's got to end soon. Anyway, Let's go around the room. So, Matthew, actually, tell us about yourself.
I'm sorry.
Tell us about yourself
Oh,
in the
well,
gaming scene.
in the well, I mean, right now, I'm always playing video games, and of course, my favorite game's coming up with Killer Instinct right now. As you say, I also hold the world record for World Heroes, as well as having a couple other records on Twin Galaxies. Um, I do own a couple of arcades as well myself, so I'm always pretty big, always playing games and stuff like that.
All right. So, initially, now I'll ask everybody. And what's going on over there?
Sorry.
You don't have a
Got my tablet
webcam.
here. I know. Sorry.
There you go. Drop your camera and then
Okay.
you knock yourself out
Yeah.
the air. All right. So we
He's
got
done.
the up.
I'm okay now. I survived.
Okay.
All right. All right. So we'll ask each one of you individually. Lionel. So you got.
Yes.
So what was your hook into gaming in general? Arcade or console?
Console. It all started way back in the day, way back in the 90s. My oldest brother had a Super Nintendo, SNES, and he had Street Fighter 2 for that bad boy. And I was maybe, I don't know, 5, getting my butt whooped all the time. Because I was a little brother. So I was the one always passing up the control. So now I'm the one teaching them lessons. So I don't know. I guess it's that I'm very competitive. I grew up in a very competitive environment. So fighting games is definitely a good outlet for that.
Matthew, what was your hook?
Well, my very first game I ever played was Pac-Man in the arcades. That was when I was about 9 years old. So that's what got me hooked up into video games. And then just kept playing, and a lot of other games came out. And then once like Street Fighter came out, Mortal Kombat came out, that's when I got it started hooked into the fighting games. So, and then once Killer Instinct came out, that's pretty much where became my favorite.
Now, what drew you to, I guess, specialize in fighting games?
Well, I don't really specialize in fighting games. It's one of my favorite genres of playing, but I play pretty much all types of games. But like back when Street Fighter first came out, I remember, just like Lionel, I have Super Nintendo as well, and Street Fighter 2 was on that. And once I was able to play it and learn how to play it at home, that's when I started going to the arcades. There was a store by my house that had Street Fighter 2 as well. And then playing against people over there, and they were like, I didn't know you can do half this stuff in there. So it's kind of fun when you know moves and stuff in the game and combos, and impress other people with that.
Lionel?
Well, I don't have. Sorry, go ahead.
What gravitated toward you towards fighting games? Or do you play other stuff like the pac-man?
No, yeah, I play other stuff. No, I never had an arcade near me or arcade experience. I was always a console guy. So whatever was around, that's all I had to play, which was a lot of Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and a lot of sports games. That's what my older brothers bought, so that's what I had to play.
Where did you grow up?
I'm from the Cicero area here in Illinois.
So there are no, gosh, I guess the time frame I'd have to figure as to what were there any arcades around? You say there weren't any arcades around.
At least I didn't know of any. Like my parents never took us to an arcade, right? Like I've seen them, but it wasn't like, oh, I want to play that, or what is that? I got that at home, kind of thing,
And your local malls didn't have an arcade either. Their pizza place didn't have arcades, and like I don't
Probably
know.
not.
No,
it's weird.
boy,
I'm a gamer. I'm just not an arcade guy. I'm sorry.
Oh well. Anyway,
Those are the circumstances I was brought up with.
all right. So let's go through. What were your Lionel? Now Matt's talking about a few of his gaming feats. What are some of your past gaming feats, if you have anything of note?
feats.
achievements.
So right. So when the very first fighting game that I was like, man, I think I'm pretty good at this whole fighting game thing was when Mortal Kombat Deception came out. My oldest brother had went off to the military, so he left me his Xbox account. We had Xbox Live at the time, and Mortal
Mhm.
Kombat Deception. You could run it online. I ranked, I think, 6 on the leaderboard for like a good like summer because that's all I did. Just play, wake up, play Mortal Kombat, go to bed, rinse and repeat. And dude, it was insane. I had like I don't know, like 1,200 wins and like less than 100 losses. Dude, I was I was like, I don't know, what year did it come out? I was probably like 12 or 13 at the time.
Deception?
Yeah,
Maybe about 2010 or something.
no, it has
I
to be
mean-
sooner than that because it's for the. I had it for the original Xbox.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it was for like PS2 or something like that as well. So 'cause it
Okay.
came out after
way back in
Alliance.
time when
I was, I'm from '92. I was born in '92, so whatever year that came out, like, dude, like that's all I played. That and back then ESPN had the rights to MLB, so it was like I would take a break playing Mortal Kombat Deception and then go play a game of baseball, and that's just how I did
that's
it,
an
man.
interesting combo. You're doing
Yeah.
this intense fighting game, and then you go to a slow plodding sport like baseball.
Yeah, I'm a baseball guy, so that was a lot of
same
fun
here.
for me.
I see you're wearing a sock shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the White Sox? They haven't been doing so well lately.
Exactly that. Not doing well. I mean, they suck, but it's all part of the process, you know.
Well, they were the worst
Yeah.
team in baseball last year. This year, they are slightly improved. They're not the worst baseball team, but the second worst. Thank
I
you,
mean,
Colorado Rockies, for sucking worse than the White Sox.
yeah. Well, when you suck that bad, I mean, you can only go up, right? Can't get worse.
We can lose more games.
Yeah, don't say that.
Yeah, that World Series championship is like now way in the rear view mirror. I
It's been
guess.
20 years.
Yeah. It's like they're looking at the Cubs being the last team from Chicago to win a world title.
Yeah,
Oh well.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Oh. Bruh, stop hating on. Oh, so is this your favorite team too? I thought everybody was for the Cubs around here. It was a Cubs town, not White Sox
No,
town.
no.
Claudio in the chat. Well, God, where was I going?
Wait, I have a question. Do you guys play sports games?
Not really. No. Right
Well,
now,
why not?
right now, I'm more like Call of Duty or some other games. You know. Right now, I'm trying to get back into the that Fatal Fury game that just got released. I know they did the new 10 trailer for that, so I like. The
Yeah,
way
I
he
just
was
saw
looking.
that.
Yeah, I like the way he's looking, so I'm gonna give that a shot.
I am not very good at sports games. Not at all.
But do you like sports?
If you can count pro wrestling as a sport, yes, I like watching that, or I
Yeah,
did.
for sure.
Yeah,
Football, I like watching that. I can play NFL Blitz 99. I can play NBA Jam, but the majority of sports titles, no.
So no Madden? Not even Madden?
No. Well, Madden? No. Right now, I don't gravitate towards sports games. There's some that I can play, but the majority, not really.
That's all right. Not for everybody.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I like the older, like sports titles. You know, like Baseball Stars on the Nintendo was really good, and then the Neo Geo versions are also good too. So, and like NBA Jam and stuff like that. But those are more like arcade styles. So
Right.
I'd rather like play those instead of like these newer ones.
I mean, the Atari 2600 sports games, yeah, I could play all of them, or the overwhelming majority.
television and ColecoVision put out some really complicated sports titles, and there's too many daggone buttons to keep track of and commands to enter, and it's like it's just convoluted. I can't pick up and play it. But I don't know. Be that as it may, let's see. I asked Lionel about past gaming feats. Matthew told a few of his, but anything else of note, like tournaments or competitions?
Yeah, I won the Street Fighter 6 Fight Fest.
Oh, you're the winner of Street Fighter 6. Okay.
I am. First
Matthew?
place.
Well,
So
one of my
for-
greatest accomplishments was back when Blockbuster Video was doing those tournaments for Super Nintendo and Genesis. I ended up winning the state finals for the first tournament and like placed top 20 in the world on that year. And I still have the trophy for it too.
What were the games?
It was like NBA Jam, Super Mario Brothers 2, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. Those are the ones that I remember. I know for the state finals, we were playing nothing but NBA Jam. So, and that's the one I won the state finals with.
Mario 2, how did they determine a winner? Because that's not really a scoring game. That's a
No,
distance.
the Lost Levels won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I haven't heard any. That's Blockbuster video game tournament. That's kind of a lost. That one doesn't get talked about hardly by anybody.
Not
But you're the first person that I've encountered that actually participated in it, much less win the state of Illinois.
Yeah, because the state tournament was actually held in Gurnee, so I was lucky to have that.
Did you, after winning the state tournament, did you go on to any national final, or they just do state by state and stop there?
No, actually, once you won the state tournaments, they actually had the finals out in Florida. So for every winner of the states came for like the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo at the time, and then we all competed on the stage with the rules. I think it was like depending on the games, like high scores or whatever. And then I remember the tiebreaker game was Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, because you got to get like as many home runs as you could, and I fell a little short.
Well, that was my undoing for Parafest 94. Do you happen to know who won the entire thing?
Don't remember.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Was this all on controller, stick, or what, cabinets? Or what?
It was controller. I mean, it was a Super Nintendo system. So back in the day, you had to play with the Super Nintendo controller for it.
Oh, all right. Well, that brings up my point. Controllers versus arcade stick. I know. I don't know if Matthew had an issue with that, but somebody else was like, "Oh, everything should be cabinet." Am I not right? Yeah.
Me.
Which I will say, I don't agree.
Me.
Yeah, if it's a fighting game, you better have it on PC at the very least. Like, people should be able to access whatever controller or arcade stick they want to play with.
So I guess we're going to go into controller debate now, this early. And I kind of forgot to write it on my sheet. So, do I have my stupid...
All right, well, go ahead. Start it off.
I do have this thing under here. So, here's
You
my
give me your
beef.
points.
Here's my beef.
And here's mine.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is that?
These are
Well, it's
the
an
Okay,
arcade
well,
stick, but
Here's mine.
here's my... But this is what I have to say about this. The problem with console controller versus arcade. The people who own their own controller and use their own control all the time have a very big advantage over everybody else who may not have the game system, much less the controllers that go with it. The arcade cabinet has its controls everybody uses the same controllers on the cabinet. So nobody has, everybody's starting off at the same level. Nobody has a distinctive advantage over somebody else. Like, I don't know. It's like sports enhancing something. I don't know. Special sports equipment to give you an advantage over somebody else. Well, I don't want to tote this thing around from tournament to tournament. I don't. It's just bulk.
Why? Everybody else does.
Yeah, I know. But I don't own a PS5. I will not own. I don't own an Xbox One. I don't own a Switch. But I'm expected to own a controller for it if I want to participate in a fighting game tournament. No.
Wait, you don't own a console or a PC?
I own a Well, obviously, I have a PC because I'm using one right now to do this podcast.
Right, but do you play games on
But
it?
I'm MAME.
Are you telling me?
Arcade, yes, arcade emulator. I gravitate towards classic arcade games. The
That's
8,
fine.
the 16-bit, the 32-bit era. Not the latest and greatest. The last game console I bought, and I've told this in a previous podcast episode, I had a Nintendo 3DS or 2DS. Nintendo Wii was the last regular console I purchased. No, I did not buy a Wii U or a Switch or Xbox One or a PS5 or 4. No, I got so much to do as it is, and I've got arcades in the back of my garage. I want more of them. I want some pinballs too. My focus is not on consoles right now. It's on classic arcade gaming. So, Headless Horseman Arcade has a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade machine. Everybody's going to play on the same machine. It's not a console tournament. There's an arcade version of Tekken 8 or 7 or Street Fighter 6, but you need 2 cabinets wired together because apparently they're single player cabinets due to the arcade system they're using. But regardless, I don't want somebody to have an advantage over me because they bought it. Let's say you're trying to play a first person shooter with a keyboard. The person who has a special mouse controller with the multiple buttons, they have an advantage over this. Because, gosh, I put this thing up again. Yes. They have an advantage over me because they got this mouse and I'm not used to playing with a mouse. I had to get used to playing with a mouse or a trackball controller for that matter. So I want everybody to start out the same. And whoever can go up the bracket and win it all on the original arcade hardware should how it should be. Now you can tell me how wrong I am.
Like, I don't even know where to start. I mean, you're sort of contradicting yourself if you're saying that you don't want to be at a disadvantage. Well, if me and you are playing, I'm at a disadvantage. So how is that fair?
How are you?
I don't play arcade sticks because I don't use arcade sticks. Where am I gonna? I don't play. I play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on my console,
but never
with a
ever
controller.
But never the arcade version. Never ever.
I have, but I'm not good at it. I can't. I'm not comfortable.
Well, you're gonna get time to warm up on it to get used to it.
I wish it was that easy. I really do.
Not that easy?
Why don't you play a controller? You tell me. Yeah, exactly.
We'll try it.
Look, my point is, and that's fine. If you want to play,
I'll say this. Midwest Gaming Classic, I entered a Street Fighter 6 tournament. I had a PS5 controller. Well, the buttons are just all over the place. 4 on the shoulders, 4 on the front of the cabinet. I'm a thumbs player. Or no, I hold the controller like this. The back of the thumbs on the back of the controller and the fingers touching the buttons on the front. Those daggum shoulder buttons, and they're not mapped.
Like this?
Something like that, yes. I've always held them like that. Always. Starting from the,
I'm not even going to ask why.
well,
All right.
I'm started with the Nintendo 8-bit controller, Nintendo Entertainment System, and everybody played with their thumbs like this.
Mhm.
They used their thumbs to touch all the buttons on the front of the controller. Well, it didn't seem intuitive to me, so I held it like this. Back of the thumbs holding the controller, and then rocking the cross and hitting the A and B buttons with these fingers. And I always played it like that. When it got to be the Super Nintendo controller and the shoulder buttons, it's like I'm having to reach around. It's just seemed a little odd, and I preferred the Sega Genesis because they put all 6 buttons on the front. No shoulder buttons. But doggone it, Xbox, PS5, shoulder buttons out the wazoo. And plus, they're not mapped the way that I'm used. Not mapped how I'm comfortable, because it's like weak,
You can customize that.
Yeah.
strong, heavy. Yeah, well, I kept trying different combinations, and it just nothing worked for me.
Okay, so you just proved my point. You can't adjust the controller. That's how I feel with arcade stick.
Yeah, but it's fixed for everybody, and the buttons are labeled. There's only 4
Right,
buttons you
but
got to punch.
You also said the issue isn't the fact that it's on console. Well, the issue is that it's on console. You said it's not the same game, right? Or it doesn't play the same? A cabinet and
I
console?
didn't say that.
It sounded like you
have
did.
the arcade stick or the arcade machine is the
Mhm.
same for everybody.
Right.
The arcade game came out before the console. Period. So everybody played on the
What-
arcade machine. Now you didn't have access to one.
So
here.
what? Right.
If everybody
Okay.
starts out the same, then I don't have to worry about lugging one of these around. I don't want to lug one of these around. Especially
I'm sure
at
somebody can let you
convention.
borrow one.
Yeah, but I got to figure out how to map it. It's like,
All right,
hold up the
hold
whole
on.
thing and send it. All right.
Matthew,
Yes.
please.
Jump in, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me. What?
I can do both, obviously. I do arcade sticks as well as controllers. I mean, I played Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo with the controller. That's, even KI Gold with the N64 controller. So that's, that's
Dang, that's tough.
Yeah. So the way I look at it is, if it's an original arcade game, it should be played on the original cabinet, because the home consoles do get the port of the arcade, but sometimes they'll get other stuff added to it. I remember we were talking I was watching last time. You mentioned Killer Instinct's on console. Yes, it is on Xbox One, but I can tell you right now, the emulation is not perfect on that at all. The game runs a little too fast. The stages, like the bridge stages, you can actually get stuck in the corner. So that's an emulation issue. So if you would play the console version in the tournament, it can be a mess up for everybody, even if you can use a controller or a joystick. So when
it's
it
not
comes
a translated game. It's actually emulated?
yes, it's emulated. Code Mystics did that emulation for the Xbox, and they also did the Arcade 1-Up version as well. But they fixed those bugs on the Arcade 1-Up version. So
I didn't know it was emulated on the console,
Yeah.
but
yeah, it's emulated. So
Because
and that's the big
mentally-
difference, especially if things are getting ported. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, if you play it on the home console systems, there's new unlocks where you can like unlock the same character for all 3 players. You can't do
Yeah.
that in the arcade version. So either you can play with the controller or with the joystick. That's a personal preference. But if it's going to be like the arcade originals, it has to be with joysticks.
take a note that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 runs on the Sega Naomi hardware, which would probably do better on a Dreamcast than it would on an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Correct. Yeah, because it was actually made for the Dreamcast. So
I had it for the Dreamcast. I still have it for the Dreamcast.
I still got mine too.
I don't have a Dreamcast. All I have is the
Ah.
Christmas ornament.
Oh, sorry. He had to go to the arcade to play it.
Or download the ROMs. Well, now I got Crimeycade, so now I'm going to have to practice it on the daggum Crimeycade stick.
Yeah. Well, look at the
Have you-
Dreamcast controller for that as well. That's a pretty bulky controller too.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
also sits on the table. Now I can use the keyboard, but I tried it with the keyboard and it didn't seem to works very well for me. So I'm going to try with this. Oh, whoops.
I've always said
I
that
got another
the
cat in my
Dreamcast-
feet. I'll try it with this and then try it with the X Arcade stick. Because I got to
The
practice.
Dreamcast controller. Stephen Lucas, did you play it? Dreamcast at all?
I didn't know Dreamcast. So
No. But
The
have
only
you played
time
it ever?
all I've touched, the only time I've touched a Dreamcast is store displays or at a gaming convention. That's it.
I will
Unfortunately.
say that the Dreamcast controller has probably done the most damage to my thumb. The D-pad on the Dreamcast
Mhm.
controller. I just remember it being incredibly stiff and like playing. I had a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and King of Fighters on the Dreamcast, and I remember just like shredding my thumb on that D-pad. Like,
Yeah.
Now you know why I
dude,
use
blisters,
the
man.
forefinger
Now I see why you do
to
that.
rock the cross back and forth. So now
Yeah.
we know of a disadvantage using the daggum play with the thumbs like this. I don't like this. I have to do this.
Oh my god, I gotta see that in
Yeah, I know.
person. I want to see you.
Hearthstone
Very
was on
creative. I'll give you
Dreamcast.
that.
Everybody learned it their own way. I'm just saying. I just learned it differently than everybody else without being influenced.
All right,
But
you know what? I have a question for both
realize
of you guys.
this.
Since you guys love the
I'm the
arcade.
91. Realize this. I'm the 1991 Nintendo Campus Challenge National Champion. So how I held the Nintendo controller was an advantage to me because I held it differently than everybody else.
All right.
Well, actually,
1991, huh?
Sort of.
think about
91, yes.
think about the new Tetris people that are playing now. The way they grip the controller for the NES and the way they tap the back of the controller. It's a very interesting technique. It helps them get like so many inputs at. It's unreal.
Yeah, all they use is their index and middle fingers, right?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, and if they do it so fast, they're so used to it. And now look at the records that they're breaking on Tetris. So I mean, it's all how you play. Use the controller. You know how to use it, and it works. So.
All right. Well, since we got this Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you're both in, I'm assuming?
Unfortunately, I'm not. I got to work that day, so I'm not going to be able to make it out there.
Lionel, are you
I should be
in?
there. Yeah, I should be there. Yeah.
Should I play against you in the first round?
Good one.
If you want, sure. I hope you're ready.
I don't know if I'll be ready, but I certainly want to make a run up the tournament bracket.
Okay. I'd be there. How about that? Show up.
All right. So, do you have any words of wisdom? Do you have any comments towards the current title holders? So, Yude Chimera owns the Headless Horseman. He is the interim champion or intercontinental champion, as I like to say. Do you have any words you want to direct to Uday?
Yeah. Why do we have two titles to begin with? What?
Why do we have two
does
titles?
That count?
Well,
Does
you
that
got the world title and the intercontinental title. The intercontinental is the secondary belt. Well, we had an issue with the world title is the world champion would miss some of these Bloody Wars tournaments, to which I have to ask your thoughts on one, Donnell Sawyer, who impromptu challenged Norbert Vale for the Bloody Wars title, took it from him, But there's the
Well,
question: will he show up?
that's the
Has
thing.
anybody
Will he
heard
show up?
from him? Yes. Will he show up
I have
at
not.
either tournament?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I'm not sure if he knows how being champion works. Uh, he just seemed like he won and was like, "Oh, cool, I got a belt. See you guys." Like that's kind of what it felt like. But I don't know if it was explained to him like you got to defend your title at the next tournament, be whatever game it is.
Right.
Well, so JP has made a decree that if Donnell Sawyer does not show up at either one of the Blade Wars this Sunday or next Sunday, that title belt will be taken from him. His title victory will be null and void as if it never happened, and that belt will go back to Nova Vale. Good decision?
Wow.
Bad decision? Because we've had 4 different won the belt and never came back situations.
Well, a lot of
I
those
say
are
bad
more
decision.
like, people were just like one time, they just heard of the tournament.
Oh, wait a minute. So Donnell Sawyer will show up at the Killer Instinct tournament. All right. Well, now we got our answer. Go
Oh
ahead.
well, there you have it.
But yeah, Matthew, comment about these champions that win the belt and then never come back.
Yeah, it seems like these are like the first timers, and they come, they check it out, they win, and then like you say, they don't know the rules. So
I know the
But-
very first one that pulled that stunt. It was Mohammed Mansour.
mm,
He was the first one to pull that stunt. He won the belt and then never came back. He was the
Did he
one
beat
that.
you?
Well, he beat Norvale and Chris Plackey. That's the point. And
What were they playing?
oh gosh, I think it was it was a Mortal Kombat game because the hype was Mortal Kombat 4
yeah,
because JP Petz was hyping the showdown between Norvale and Chris Plackey and Muhammad and his buddy who knocked me out in the first round went all the way to the final. They knocked them both out and they fought for the belt. And it's like, and JP had a t-shirt that he had to just throw away because the match didn't happen until some other tournament just randomly happened. But he had another t-shirt pre-printed up in case it happened, and he revealed it. So, and misspelled Plackey, of course.
Oh no! How can you do that to Chris Plackey? Come on.
Dude, I don't know. All right, well, so Matt, you're in KI.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Lionel, you gonna be in there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
I like
I
Killer
won't-
Instinct. Yeah.
I will miss KI, but I will be up for Marvel
vs. Capcom.
Yes. All right. So Matt, you until recently, you had the curse of only finishing in third.
Yes.
How many times did you finish in third place before you finally got a spot ahead at my expense?
I believe it was 3 times. It
3
was
times.
Tattoo Assassins, WWE, WrestleMania, and I think Mortal Kombat 2. Or Mortal Kombat 1, the original.
Okay. So what? God. So what are your thoughts about? You kept finishing third. Who was the person that usually put you out of the tournament?
A lot of the times it was Norbert. So, and then for Tattoo Assassins, when I came in third, It was Damien who took me out for losers finals for that. That was his debut at that time as well. So, and then Chris Plackey put me out for Mortal Kombat, and I forgot who put me out for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I expected to do better at WrestleMania, and then ended up being taken out by King Cam Blackman.
Wow.
It's like I did not win a match during that. It's like, big of a wrestling fan I've been over the years, I couldn't win a match on that game. It was an embarrassment. Shoot. All right. So if either of you played in Combo Breaker,
No, I have not.
Yeah, I was just there this previous one.
tell us about Combo Breaker or the past Combo Breaker.
Well, it was their 10-year anniversary. I have my lanyard somewhere around here, but anyways, yeah, it was they were doing their 10-year anniversary. A lot of the famous YouTuber streamers for fighting games were there. They had Sajam, Justin Wong, all the popular commentators, Yipes. Dude, insane amount of people, like crazy. And the place is super nice. You got these two big like ballroom looking, rooms, and they have an infinite amount of setups. Free Red Bull. Could you imagine that?
Free what?
Red Bull.
Oh, free Red Bull. Okay.
Yeah, just like people walking around handing it out. Gaming 24 hours. I could see why. But I participated in Street Fighter 6. I went, I think, 4-2. I won my first 2 matches. I lost, and then I won 2 more, and then I lost again. Like, if I would have won, I would have gotten out of pools. But luck wasn't on my side. So, yeah. Luckily, over on the round of tables, the pool next to me, they had what's his name? Daigo, just handing out ass whoopings to everybody. Like, man, good luck. I'm not. Good thing I'm not in that bracket. Because, yeah, no, there's a lot of heavy hitters, both like worldwide known and locally. So I'm surprised you guys haven't gone.
You know what? So Memorial Day weekend, yeah, I was doing a garage sale, and I had my arcade open to the public while doing the garage sale. But
nice.
It's Memorial Day weekend, and I took a look at the ticket prices, and it was like just to spectate.
Just to spectate, yeah.
I thought it was pretty nuts, but
I promise you guys, the experience is worth it. Like, just to try it once. I promise you, it's worth it.
Do you know who the big winners were at Combo Breaker?
I know, I just can't remember off the top of my head. I didn't stay for the last event. I went for Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday. I was like, yeah, it's a drive for me, anyways. It's all the way in Schaumburg.
Yeah, so this is the same venue that the Pinball Expo runs out of currently.
Oh, then you might have seen it then.
I've been to that. The convention center in Schaumburg. Yes.
It's nice. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot more roomier than the old digs up in Wheeling. There was a Power Stone Arcade Wars not Arcade Wars. They were doing Power Stone tournament up there. Did you see JP Pitts enter that and compete?
No, I didn't see him compete. I did see him, but I didn't see him compete.
Okay. Any other Blade Wars regulars that you saw participate in the Combo Breaker that you recall?
I want to say I probably saw GGA Shady. I think he was there. And then I think that's it. I didn't really see too many familiar faces from like Bloody Wars besides JP, because I know they were running the whole cabinet thing on the upper floor.
Okay.
But I just did a short walkthrough. I just said hi to him and time to go.
I forgot Galvin Ghost took some machines out there, including
Right.
Dark Presence. Yes, Devo was there. Who was, I
Dude,
guess,
they had a great crowd. Like
yes.
it's going off in there.
Matt, do you think you'll enter Combo Breaker next year?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I mean, I definitely want to go and check it out one year. It's just, with a lot of things going on personally and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to.
There we go.
Yeah, there it goes. It's kind of hard to like make time to go, things like that. So, but for the 10 years that it's been out, it's definitely grown. I mean, it's almost as big as Evil now. So,
All right. What was I going to ask next? Oh, so Dark Presence, we've been waiting on that game to make its debut at the Galvin Ghost Arcade as an official release. It's been in development for, gosh, who knows how long at this point. I'm still waiting on the documentary. I'm hoping the documentary gets released fairly soon, but I think it hinges on Dark Presence being released. So I know some people claim that it will never be released or never be done. But what are your thoughts on Dark Presence? And we'll start with Matt. I don't think
well, I did
played
see
it.
some gameplay of it. Looked a little choppy at times, but at one point I remember I heard they said it was done, but then when the new game engine came out, they wanted to revamp it. So I guess that's what's taking extra long for the development. I mean, Galvin Ghost has been there for 13 years, and they've been talking about Dark Presence for that long. So I'm not sure what's going to happen if that game ever gets released or not.
Lionel,
I haven't seen any gameplay of it. No, I haven't seen
You've
gameplay.
never
I've only
touched
heard.
it?
No.
You've never played it. JP
I've
Pitts
only
is in
heard.
the chat. You better take Lionel to try it out. A special session, because they periodically test. They play that game over in productions every so often. So maybe get some arrangements done.
Have you played it? Do you like it?
I have played it. It's the mechanics of this game have no projectiles, so it's fisticuffs.
Ooh.
It's mano a mano. Now somebody may swing a weapon, but they can't throw it. There's 8
No
fighters,
projectiles,
and
huh?
they all have their pluses and weaknesses. They talk about Lumbo all the time being a part of this game, and he can't jump. Literally, he cannot jump at all. It's ground and pound if you want to do anything with him at all. But he carries an axe, so I don't know. So you think yeah or nay? Will it be released before the end of this year, or it'll be next year, or it will be never?
I definitely don't think it'll be this year. I don't know.
You don't think it'll be this year?
No.
Lionel? Well, you never played it.
I never played it. I don't know what it looks like. Would you guys say that it looks near done?
I always thought it was near done, but
it looks near done. It definitely needs a little bit of polish, but from what I've seen at times, it looks like it can be like a test location release type thing.
All right, here's a good question. If it was released today, how much would you pay for it?
well, it's not a console game; it's an arcade.
Yeah,
machine.
it's arcade. It's
I don't know when a home version of it will show up.
yeah.
Okay, well, if they made a home version, if they said, Matthew, you know what, you can download it on your console right now. Well, what would be the price?
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know. Right?
It's a hard drive full of data. I mean, you can run it on the Windows. You can run it in the Windows environment. I know that much. It's a Windows game.
Yeah, I forgot which engine they're using for it now. I want to say it's Unreal Engine. I'm not sure.
Probably Unreal 4 or 5.
Probably, yeah. Because I remember I was talking with Doc Mack about it one time, and we were talking about game engines and stuff. Honestly, it's not a full price game right now. It really isn't, even for a fighting game. So maybe $39.99 if that.
I don't think it's Duke
All right,
Nukem.
that's
Duke
fair.
Nukem Forever does not hold the longest. There's actually some indie game that is actually longer than that, but that like a quarter of a century.
Hmm.
But this game, yes, Dark Presence, they started talking about this, making such a game in the 1990s, and I think the filming happened sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
So
like I
yeah,
said, I heard about it when it was when I first started going to Galloping Ghost when they opened up. So they were mentioning it.
the one thing that I have not seen on Dark Presence is basically the finishers, where it gets to a cut. When you initiate a finisher, it goes to a cutscene where the winner does something to the victim. I think maybe their idea of what a fatality is. The only time I saw something like that happen, the game crashed before it got played through the whole thing, and it's like,
It's like, nope.
yeah. And so every version I've seen since then, no, I have not seen a fatality ever been executed on Dark Presence. So,
Well, I
But-
know JP has a fighting game in the works right now. Have you guys heard about that?
no, he's making
No?
a fighting game.
Right.
Is it
And the
based
Bloody
on
Wars.
Is it based on
No.
the Mugen engine?
All I can say is that the roster is going to be based on the Bloody Wars members.
Interesting.
So he's going to make a fighting game character that resembles me for this game. Is that what I'm
I
hearing?
can already see it. Yeah, he's going to stand with his hands like this. That's going to be his fighting stance.
I'm not a fighter.
Hmm.
I couldn't fight up.
Training style.
Yeah, that's going to be your fighting style.
I don't think I don't even want to try that because I've saw. You want to make a fighting game, you just make a mockery fighting game where they had all these Congress women pretending to be video game fighting game characters doing these goofball moves. It's like they've never touched a dadgum controller, and yet who's your fighter? Yeah, none of these gals could have fought their way out of a wet paper bag.
The only thing I will say is dive kick. That's it.
Dive kick. Okay.
Dive kick.
Dive kick.
Projectiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, please give
Oh
me some
my God.
projectiles.
All right. So I'll ask each one of you your thoughts on some of the other Bloody Wars contenders, and I'll just throw names out there, kind of like a name association, and give you your thoughts on each competitor. We'll start off with the most decorated champion in Bloody Wars, Norbert Vale. Your
The
thoughts?
guy with the control at the time.
The guy who wins, yes,
Yeah,
most
but-
often, because four
Yeah.
time champion.
I mean, he's a great player. He knows his fundamentals, and that's what helps him overcome a lot of the obstacles in the tournament. So, but yeah, I've known him for years. So, but yeah, his fundamentals are great.
Is there anything that you can best him at
Killer
on the
Instinct.
fighting? Killer Instinct. You think you can beat Norbert Vale at Killer Instinct?
I have.
You have.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
So-
it's been at Galloping Ghost when they had the first tournament. It was like 13 years ago, or 11 years ago.
So
something
the
like that.
27th, we might be seeing some history.
Hmm.
You might go all the way and knock Norbert Vale out of this tournament.
If he shows up, he said he might not be able to make it.
Well, he won't be appearing this weekend,
Right.
but Killer Instinct is a maybe. All right.
Yeah, Killer Instinct might be a maybe for him. We were talking about it earlier today, so he happened to mention it. So I just told him, hopefully everything works out and he'll be there. So
Well, we know the champion's going to show up, but we'll get to him in a minute.
Mm.
Lionel, your thoughts?
Nora Vale. Wow. I mean, I enjoy his presence. That man, he cracks me up. But it's great talking. Just talking shop with him. Like, be it any video game that we both know or like. Very good conversation. Very knowledgeable. Just a great gamer in general. Probably the most easily the most recognizable voice I've ever heard.
oh yeah,
Like, I can hear it. I can hear Norbert Vale from a mile away. Be like, oh, yep, that's Norbert, and you couldn't be wrong.
nope.
All right. Damian Cordova.
He's a cool guy. I remember when we first met him with Tattoo Assassins. Really cool guy. Son's really cool. Aiden's real cool too. Just really cool guys.
Lionel.
Oh, that's Pops right there, man. That's the guy. He's the guy raising the future right now of
Yeah.
gamers. Like, and he's doing a great job. I like Damien. I like seeing him. I like talking to him. All around, just fun to be around with.
Definitely.
Aiden Cordova, who upset one JP Pitts in Powerstone. And he's throwing a temper tantrum in front of his monitor right now after I said that.
I like definitely the future. Definitely the future. He has a lot of his fundamentals down, and I know he plays a lot with his dad. So when they're both in the tournament, that's the dynamic duel right there, and that's always a big challenge and an uphill climb to go over. So.
And we have a reaction.
Yeah, I love Aiden. Aiden's great. I will say this about Aiden. My favorite thing about him is he's the only guy I've ever played against that has rooted for me to win more than he roots for himself.
Oh wow!
Like, yeah, we were playing Blitz, and I think me and him were like semifinal, quarterfinal, something like that. It was a big game. And I remember he kept calling out every play that he was going to do. He's like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you shouldn't be telling me your plays, but all right. And every time there was a turnover, he's like, wow, you did great. Dude, that's awesome. You're winning. I'm like, I love that attitude.
Sounds like a siren just drove through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well, you're in Chicago, so hopefully there isn't. Yeah. Jose, the gentleman who is obsessed with Tetris. Velasquez, I can't pronounce his name all of a sudden, damn it.
Jose Velasquez?
Yes, thank you.
Another cool guy.
I
love the fact that he comes out with his wrestling gear at times. The Nacho Man.
Nacho Man.
Yeah. I know he plays Killer Instinct. I played him a couple of times. He has a pretty decent spinal. Kind of quiet in a way, but a really nice, cool guy. So that's my impression of him.
I haven't had too many interactions with Jose. I've seen him a couple times, but like Matthew says, quiet. I don't have any problems with him. The little bit I've talked to him, he seems nice, laid back. I think I only played him in Mortal Kombat and Blitz, I want to say.
Okay.
I can't remember the results, but
Jim Patzer.
Not really familiar with him. I haven't really faced him or anything like that much. So pretty sure he's probably a good guy, with games and everything else. But like I said, I really haven't had too much interaction with him, so I really can't say much about him.
I don't know Jim Patzer. You know what? Why don't you tell me about Jim Patzer? How well do you know him?
I will say that the infamous NFL Blitz tournament final between him and Norbert Fail.
Oh yeah.
And the worst bad beat ever, where he threw an interception. He got tackled in the end zone trying to run out the clock, fumbled the ball. Norbert recovered it with a couple of
I
seconds
saw
to go.
that was
and
him.
The game,
I saw that.
Yes. And it was
Wow.
over and
Talk about an
defeat
upset.
snatched from the jaws of victory. It was the most infamous clip that Play Wars have ever, well, at the Galvin Ghost Arcade, most infamous clip at Blitz ever. Norbert Fail! Norbert Fail! He's gonna go now! He's gonna go now! Norbert Fail!
I bet he's still not over that.
Probably not.
Who knows at this point?
I wouldn't be. That was.
Did he participate in the
I
last
don't
one?
know.
I
don't think so.
Patcher has been away because he had been recovering from injury.
Oh, okay.
It's been his health physical issues got to be a point where it kind of hurts for him to even be at a machine for
Next
a
time.
prolonged amount of time, so he had to take care of himself before. But he came back to Galloping Ghost fairly recently. So,
Okay.
JP wants me to ask this guy your thoughts on David. I assume his tag team partner, brother or whatever, his brother, I think.
Oh, David.
Yeah, he talks trash about me, and I may have to
Well, he talks
take
trash
care
in
of him.
general. I remember I was trying to do commentary with him on Breaker's Revenge, and he just kept saying Seidel, 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 and I'm just like, all right, I'm done. It seems like a pretty cool dude. Haven't really seen him play as much, so I'm not sure. But that's about it.
Lionel.
David, hilarious, funny. He always cracks me up. Very nice. Although, has he won anything? Any tournament? I know he competes and he plays them. Is there a
He's
game
done
that
a
he
few-
has won?
I don't think so. I don't think he made it very far into the tournament. He usually gets knocked out early. At least that's from what I've seen. But he seems to not take me seriously as a competitor. To which
Have you played against him? Anything?
Not yet. But that may
there you go.
change. That may change fairly soon because I think I may have to take him on in a best of 7 challenge.
There you go. I pay to see that. Make it a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Get a
right.
pay-per-view. Yes. All right. My next person. I'm hearing strange noises in the background. It must be daggum traffic outside. Donnell Sawyer, the current holder of the belt, which he's going to, I guess he's coming to KI. So you might be, Matt, you might be, if you're as good at KI as you say you are, well, especially against Norbert Vale, you might be walking out with the belt this time around.
Oh, that's the plan. That is definitely the plan. I didn't see the last tournament that he played in with Mortal Kombat 2, so I don't know how he plays. I obviously have never seen him play Killer Instinct, but I have a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to KI. So
You weren't at Mortal Kombat 2?
I didn't play in Mortal Kombat 2, unfortunately, because I was out in at the Headless Horseman arcade. So, but I did play in MK1, so I came in third on that one. But Killer Instinct's a different beast for me. I've been playing that game ever since the test location released back in '94.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just got a hold of some new information about the game, that's, even though it's been out for 30 years. So,
You know, I had it for the SNES. I remember it was a black cartridge.
yeah, it was a black cartridge. I used to play that when Super Nintendo had the X-Band on it. We used to play that online all the time.
Nice.
So,
And then somehow I had the CD with the soundtrack. I don't know if that came with it.
yeah, it came. I still have mine.
Nice.
So,
I don't know what happened to mine, but I remember having it as a kid.
I
I'm like,
still have
oh,
mine.
the Killer Instinct soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You can easily find it online.
Well, I played some of that before the pod started.
Yes, yeah, I listened to that. So,
All right, Michelle Vale.
such a sweetheart. Speaking with Norbert,
What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. We got breaking news. We got breaking news. I need to play the sound effect or something. Stand by 1 second. I've got to play the sound effect because if I'm gonna do some breaking news, I want to play the sound. Breaking news. Here we go. Breaking news.
All right.
Breaking news. Sound effect. Oh gosh. Yes, it just came in just right now. Here we go. Here we go. Late breaking news from the Bloody Wars tournament. Donnell Sawyer will not be at the Bloody Wars tournament. He is not going to be there. Therefore, he has been stripped of the Bloody Wars Championship. His so-called title victory is null and void. It is stricken from the record. Norbert Vale has been reinstated as your Bloody Wars champion. There you have it. So now Norbert Vale does have has a better reason, a good reason to show up for the KI tournament. And we'll see if he shows up and makes it out there. But there it is. I don't know why. I don't know why Donnell bailed, but jeez.
Due to a last-minute events.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know. I don't agree with making Norbert Vale champion. The title should just
Well,
be
here's the
vacant.
thing. He was made to defend the title spur of the moment. And Norbert, they just did it after the tournament was over. JP just sprung it on him, and so says, "Oh, I
So
promised
what?
to make this match. I promised to make this match," which Norbert Vale didn't actually ahead of time agreed to do this. Now he defended this title throughout a few times during the Street Fighter, or not Street Fighter, Tekken 8 tournament.
Tekken. It was in Tekken 8.
Damian Cordova and I think maybe somebody else, but
Me.
you. So he already defended it a few times. Now he didn't win. He didn't win Tekken 8, but the belt was not on the line for some reason. The interim belt was not on the line either. But, and then if you put it on the line, what about the winner of MK1 and Street Fighter 6? Where's their title shot? They didn't get a title shot against Norbert Vale. And why don't they have a claim? Why did Donnell Sawyer get the title shot, but the other two winners of Fight Fest not get a shot? So I do agree. If Donnell Sawyer, he wanted to win the belt, but he doesn't want to accept the responsibility of being the champion. Norbert Vale accepts responsibility of being the champion. That's why he's held it 4 times and has defended it successfully a number of times. So I do agree with this decision because I'm tired of people winning the belt and then not coming back. So there you have it. And we had one of the Galvin Ghost regulars had once won the belt. Jeff Lucas had the belt around his waist, but he did not return to even though he's a regular at Galvin Ghost, he did not return to defend it. Which is odd, but Maybe he was busy. I don't know. Regardless, the news isn't, so it's official. So I'm going to move on unless you have anything else to say about it.
I still disagree.
What would you have done?
I just leave the title vacant. You want the title? Come win. Why are we just giving it to Norbert?
Well, because he was the champ and they sprung this on him.
All
And
right. Well, don't lose. I don't know what to tell you.
I think a best of 7 challenge might be in order between you and Norbert Vale to prove something,
That's fine.
prove a point to you, and you might get squashed for to nothing.
That's fine.
All right, Claudia. All right,
If you're the champ, you always got to be ready. That's the way I see it.
Well, he been playing throughout the whole daggum weekend, so he was ready. He was just kind of just out muscled, I guess, on this occasion. But regardless, the next name on the list, Claudio Capello.
Not familiar with him.
You're not familiar with him. He's there at Blade War. He's there at Blade Wars a lot.
Have you played against him?
Yes.
What have you guys played? Or what haven't you played?
Dragon Ball Z.
Mm.
I believe was the last time. Claudio lived in Chatham near me, where I live, but he's taken a job up in the Chicago area, so he is going to be at the Gambling Ghost a lot more than he was. And I've encouraged him while he's living up there to make a run for the Gamer of the Year title. I have that on my list to talk about later. So, is there a name I forgot about? You know, I have a list, but I was going off the website and they haven't updated. Oh, how could I forget? Shady! What's your thoughts on Shady?
Of who? It's
the MK1 guy, the Mortal Kombat master.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I mean, I don't know him too well, but I guess he's cool.
He's great. He's a good player. I played him in Street Fighter 6. He's tough, but I could tell Mortal Kombat's definitely his shtick. So he's really, really good at that. I'm sure you guys have played him, right?
Yeah, Shady just squashed me. Yeah, squashed by him. And Mortal Kombat 1. Here's a name that recently passed away. Brad Fatale, a.k.a. Slips, who was part of Team GGA.
Yeah, he was a really cool guy. I remember him back in the day. It's a shame that he's no longer with us. Great Mortal Kombat player, great guy. So, hopefully rest in peace.
I never met him.
Yeah, I don't think I ever met him either. Even although he lived in the St. Louis area, so I think his heyday was the very early years of Galvin Ghost. Did you participate in Team GGA in the back then?
No. We were actually planning one when KI 2013 came out, but it never went through.
Okay. All right. So move on from the name game. I might as well ask you, JP Pitts.
What about that guy?
Yeah, what about that guy?
I mean, he only runs the whole thing, Real cool guy, though. I mean, really passionate about the games and stuff like that. And congratulations on your Power Stone record now as well. I don't think the white flags need to come out yet, though. You got to make it better. Always make it better.
Yeah, I don't think Derek Lee is done. I think he'll come back and try again.
Oh, I know he will. So, but yeah, really cool guy. Like I said, very passionate about everything with Bloody Wars and stuff. So, and and always make sure we're all good too. So
Lionel?
Man, where do I even begin? JP he's number one in my book. That's for sure. That's the guy. That's the man. Very motivated. Very smart. He's a doer. He's not just a talker. He's a doer, which is something I really appreciate. Very knowledgeable. I mean, you guys have been to his tournament, so that's the hardest working man in the video game business right now, I would say. Trying to put everything together for us so we can have fun.
Okay. Your toughest rival? Name anybody.
Norbert for me.
As of now, for me, probably Shady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blade Wars. So we have the upcoming 2 games, but is there any fighting game that has not been held at Blade Wars that needs to be held in the near future? Because there's a whole slew of fighting games. Like there's 100 different fighting games at the
Where to
Galvin
begin?
Ghost,
Yeah, exactly.
and we've only seen a very small fraction.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like any game. I don't think we have a Soul Calibur one yet.
No, we haven't.
No, that could be up there. I know we had Tekken 3, which unfortunately I couldn't make it due to a personal thing in my life that happened. A lot of Neo Geos.
Capcom versus SNK.
Yeah, that one too. SNK. King of Fighters.
Yeah, King of Fighters.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those yet.
Yeah, so I mean, we just did Breaker's Revenge for Neo Geo, so I think that can open up the floodgates. So,
I mentioned
Samurai
Guilty
Some classic
Gear.
Fatal Fury.
there you go. Too. Yeah. So
I mentioned Guilty Gear and a game being canceled. We haven't had that. There is a Guilty Gear arcade game on the floor.
yeah, there is. That could work too.
There's some prototype fighters on the floor as well. Vicious Circle,
No,
which is kind of like King of Fighters.
no, not
Not
that game.
King of Fighters. KI. Sorry. KI.
Mhm.
For same company. You say no.
Not for Vicious Circle. Not with those controls.
Really? Is it really that different from KI?
It's not. It's not like KI. I mean, it's way sluggish. It's really sluggish. You can tell it's not fully baked.
Well, yeah, it's still a prototype. I mean, it was never released, but
Right. Probably that's the reason why.
we did get it, so I don't know.
Mm.
Lionel?
You know what? I want to ask you, what game do you want at Bloody Wars? How about that?
What game do
What-
I
what-
want?
what-
I got the game
Yeah,
I
what game do
wanted.
you-
It was Breaker's Revenge fairly recently.
Did you win? No.
I got third.
Yeah, I put.
What
him up.
happened?
Matthew beat me. That's what happened. Matthew beat me. Fair and square.
Man.
And I actually
Norbert
Did-
Vale also beat me.
Do you guys face off frequently at tournaments?
I think the only time that me and Steven went was Tattoo Assassins.
Before
How did
that.
that go?
I put him. I took him out of losers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was knocked out. Yes, of course.
Wow. Is Matthew your biggest rival?
Norbert Vale is always at the top of the list, of course,
Oh, right.
because he's the
Norbert
champion.
Vale always takes you out too, huh?
He's got the belt around his waist.
What have you beaten Norbert Vale in?
We had a regular best of 7, so I won that series 4-1.
What game?
The game that he did best me on was Ninja Warriors, which was a beat 'em up. Ribbit, I believe, was in this. It's like Frogger. It was the another unreleased game. I don't think a fighting game got drawn. It's been a while back. It is on YouTube somewhere. Uh, oh, Star Castle was in it. It's gonna take a while for me to think up the rest, but there was a healthy different games drawn in this thing.
For that
Right,
best of
so-
7,
We go ahead.
was for the best of 7. It was any of the games, or
Yeah, they draw any game that was on the arcade floor. Working, if it wasn't working, we just draw again, and each side got one reroll if to use at any time if they didn't like the game that was drawn. I think he used his reroll. I don't know if I don't remember if I used mine, but anyway. All right. Future goals.
become the champion.
Man.
So at least I have my one shot probably right now with Killer Instinct. So that's probably my big thing. So.
Lionel.
Man, keep winning. You know what? I'm pushing for more FGC stuff, more fighting games. I know you might not like it because it's console, whatever.
If the
Yeah,
game is not
whatever.
a console from the start, then maybe. If there's
No, I'm pushing for consoles and maybe PCs if the game requires it. But that's what I want. That's my goal. I want more FGC related stuff involved with Bloody Wars.
okay, T20. So that are the arcade tournament that Galvin Ghost hosts every year is coming up in about less than a month. Either of you going to enter?
Probably not.
Probably not. Lionel?
I didn't even know that was going on. You know what? Why don't you tell me about it?
The Galvin Ghost Arcade holds a yearly tournament. 20 arcade games. You're playing for rank points. It's a mix of every genre, fighting games included, but it also includes platformers, puzzles, mazes, shooters, and 5 different decades of arcade glory.
Mm.
So, nobody knows what games are going to be in this tournament until you walk in. Last year, they put in 21 new games. 21. The year before that, they had 20 new games. So there may be 20 new games this time around. We don't know what games are going to be drawn. But most likely, a fighting game is going to be in there somewhere. We think.
Do you participate every year?
I participate every year, and since year 2. And
Have you won?
I am the one in the 9-1 that's won a T20. Zers have won all the other ones. Doc is thinking of changing things up this time around because Zers has won 9 of these out of 10. I won because he stayed home.
The one time.
The one time,
The one
yes.
time, right?
The one time.
Took
yes.
advantage.
Definitely.
I took advantage because a lot of people got cold. A lot of people were hunkering down that year because they were just afraid of getting sick and dropping dead, which they believed the hype. Unfortunately, that was pretty much all over the country. But I refused to stay home and cower.
I think
Oh,
what
it was
Steven is
all
saying is-
fighting games. Yeah.
There you go.
But note this. Any fighting games in a tournament, you're playing for points. It's not you're playing against another player. It's how many points you can score, and you submit the scores. So if you're good at, let's say, Street Fighter 2 is in this, hyper fighting gets thrown in tournaments left and right for scoring. The game's play hard. I know I can play certain characters with it, but they maxed out the difficulty. So I can't really get very far because the CPU is bloody unfair and just pretty much kills me. So, but is this a tournament you think you'd enter? You think
Probably
you would?
not.
Probably not. Okay.
There's no competitive incentive for me. I'm not beating anybody.
Oh, you, you
player
will
versus
be
player.
beating. Oh, you'll be. Well, you're playing against other gamers for the high score. That's the competitive nature.
Right. I get that. That's cool if you like that, but it's not my thing.
All right. And look at this. He cheered me another 100 bits. Wow. Thank you. All right. Well, after T20 is Goblin Ghost Arcade's anniversary. I don't know if you followed. Oh gosh. I don't know if you followed anniversary but let's say you were contenders for Gamer of the Year, and you won. You were chosen as the Gamer of the Year. The Gamer of the Year gets to choose what game they want to put on the Goblin Ghost Arcade floor. So Matthew, if you were chosen as the Gamer of the Year, what game would you put on the floor?
That's a really good question because he had over 1,000 games there already, so it's kind of
And 100 fighting games.
yeah, and it doesn't really just have to be like a fighting game, but I mean this, like all the ones that I love to play are already on the floor, and I can't really think of one or two that, off the top of my head, where it's like I can add it in. So, yeah, that's a very tough choice right there.
Not sure. Okay. Lionel, what would you put on the arcade floor?
I would definitely put an updated version of NBA Jam.
Now they have Tournament Edition and NBA Jam Extreme. So what other NBA Jam could they? I guess the hack where they added all the legendary NBA characters that were excluded, like Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, and others.
No, there's an NBA Jam that came out I had it for the 360.
Okay,
that one, the console one.
But was there an arcade release of it?
Not that I know of. Not for that
I'm
version.
not sure.
Okay.
Not for that version.
Okay.
But it's NBA Jam. I mean, how hard can
I know
it be
it's
to
NBA
turn it into a
Jam,
cabinet,
right? They would have to. So years ago, they used to have the console versions of Mortal Kombat, the later ones, in a arcade cabinet wired. They wired PlayStation controllers to the arcade cabinet, so you were playing the console version of Mortal Kombat, let's say 9. Mortal Kombat 9 on an arcade cabinet. I know MK1 got the same treatment.
Yeah. So did KI 2013. The GGA did that as well when it first came out.
Yeah.
And we had a tournament for that too.
All right. Any conventions you're you're going to be attending in the near future?
I really don't do the conventions as much, so probably not.
Oh, here we go. I forgot about this. There's no, that wasn't it. Let me scroll down. Oh, this didn't come through yet. Hang on. There we go. That's what I was trying to show because it came out on the Twitch chat before it popped up in the StreamYard. 100% guaranteed to come out to KI. So there you go, Matt.
Okay, good.
There you go.
Matthew versus Norbert.
The grand finals
Get those T-shirts printed up, JP. Get those T-shirts printed up.
It's funny because when we had our first tournament, I put him in the losers bracket. And he ended up going to the grand finals, and I beat him then too.
That's an interesting. That's Claudio, by the way, stupendous man in the chat. They don't have NBA Showtime, but there's an NFL Blitz 2000 NBA Showtime combo cabinet. Well, they have Blitz 99, but they don't have 2000. I don't. God, Doc Mack would save himself some space if they put get the combo maximum force Area 51 combo cabinet, and they wouldn't have two separate cabinets. But they're out of space. But it would be a way to save space is get a combo cabinet that was an official arcade release, but he wanted them separate. So what can I do? All right. What else? Was there anything else? What are your thoughts on the directions of? So we had fighting game franchises. They've been evolving. I know there was a lot of chatter about MK1 and how it progressed with every new I guess DLC, and then the directions they took some of the characters, and changing some of them too. There's also how Street Fighter franchises have evolved, and the Tekken franchises have evolved. How do you feel about how the direction of the fighting game franchises have gone? You happy with it? Dissatisfied? Do you have ideas of changing where they need to take them that they aren't?
Well,
Matthew, you want to go first?
yeah. Okay.
Loaded question, I know.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a 50-50. I love the Mortal Kombat series. I was not a fan of the MK1 per se for like gameplay wise, but I like the fact that they were doing the reboot of it and stuff. Street Fighter's always been the classic stable. It's always been improving. They kind of took a little bit of a step back with Street Fighter 5, but then they really ramped it up with Street Fighter 6. Tekken's always been Tekken. The way that's evolved from the from Tekken 2 on, story wise, it really hasn't been pushed to the future yet. So Tekken's still in the same state that it's been for the most part.
Lionel?
Man, let's start with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 was great. X was great. 9 was even better.
Oh yeah.
And then Mortal Kombat 1 came out, and then it just seemed like it turned into like almost like a money grab kind of thing. Like I get the guest characters and what they're trying to do, and Warner Brothers and whatever's going on with their whole rights and stuff. I feel like they just let down the gameplay.
Yeah.
I feel like they just focused on that and they forgot about the gameplay. Like they forgot to stay true to what Mortal Kombat should feel like, not what it should just look like. But that's just my opinion. I like the game regardless. I enjoy it. It's not the best one, but I still play it. Street Fighter, I mean, Matthew said it. Street Fighter 5 was like a step back, and then Street Fighter 6 was like, all right, everything that Capcom did wrong in 5, let's not do that again.
Exactly.
And Street Fighter 6 is like, damn, I haven't been this impressed by a fighting game since Street Fighter 4. Because Street Fighter 4 to me is like, that's the peak of Capcom as far as fighting games go. But 6 right now is like, it's up there. And Tekken, just consistent, man. Every Tekken title has just been a hit.
Mm-hmm.
They can't take anything away from them. I'm not a big 3D fighter guy, but Tekken is definitely badass. I do enjoy playing it.
So you're talking about licensing and crap. Yes, I had Paul Niemeyer on here to tell the story about why Warner Brothers was giving him and the legendary Mortal Kombat actors a hard time. Which Paul Niemeyer ended up winning the war. So, because, he designed the logo and they need to be crediting him for and showing their appreciation for what he did all these years ago. Have you
Wait, he drew up the Mortal Kombat logo?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Now I do.
Have you met any of the Mortal Kombat actors? Face to
I have
face?
not.
You have not?
I've seen them, but I haven't met them.
You haven't met any of them. Matthew, I
No.
assume you have.
Yeah, I've met Daniel Piscina, so I met him a long time ago. And then,
I've only seen him at conventions, but I've never like met him in person.
You saw him at conventions, but you didn't walk up and say, "Hello, I'm Lionel."
No, right? No, I didn't. I should have though.
So
I'm
I've met.
sorry. Okay, maybe one day.
Okay,
Maybe you
I
should
got it.
introduce me. Maybe you should
I
introduce me. To him.
can.
How about that?
I
There you
can.
go. I'd love to.
Sure.
I would love to.
I've met John Parrish, who was part of Galbingos Gamma at one point. Leah Montenegro, Daniel Pacina, his brother Carlos. Who else? Becky, forgot her last name. She was Katana. The MK2 actress. There's a
Richard
few
DeVito?
others. Pardon?
Have you met
Yes.
Richard DeVito?
Yes. Yeah, there's several names in there. I can't remember them all. I did finally meet Carrie Hoskins, but it was at the Pinball Expo because she was playing the character in Galactic Tank Battle or something. Galactic Tank Wars or whatever the heck it was. Anyway, I think that is it. Is there anything that I forgot to bring up that you want to talk about in terms of fighting games or anything game related?
One thing I
tell
would
me.
probably
This is your court. This is balls in your court, Lionel and Matt.
all right.
Matt has something, so go ahead.
all right. I think what JP should do, just to kind of like accommodate both, like what we were talking about in the beginning, like with controllers versus arcades, is probably set up two different versions of Bloody Wars. One strictly for the consoles, and then one for the arcades.
Oh, you know what? It's funny that you said that because JP's in the works of trying to get this FGC tournament thing going online.
Online? Oh, okay.
Online. So
Yeah,
through
so-
Fightcade.
Yes. Yep.
All right, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the connections hold up.
Hey, you're invited, Steven. Please give it a try. I think you would like it.
I'll give it a try, although I can't execute the button inputs perfectly 100% of the time. It only seems to fire off half the time. I put in the
That's
right
all right.
sequence.
You got to practice, man. Put in the work.
Yeah, I don't know how other players do it and pull it off every time. It's like then crush everybody. It's like it's never a competitive match.
Muscle memory.
Muscle memory. Ugh. I don't know about that. All right. Well, good luck this weekend. Or Lionel's gonna be there, but at Marvel vs. Capcom, Matt's gonna be at KI. So
Are you going to be at both?
no, just the first one.
Oh.
The reason why I can't go. I'm gonna throw this up there. The reason why I can't go to KI is because the night before or the day before I'll be here. I have my own vendor table. I will have the Crimeycade podcast banner up. Yes, this is the Missouri Game Con number 9 down in Manchester, Missouri. I have my own vendor table. So Sunday I'll be wiped out. I'll be busy unloading my car and catching up on sleep Sunday morning. I will not be in the mood to go driving up to Chicago.
Wow. That's all weekend?
Saturday.
Oh, just July 26th? Oh, just Saturday?
Just Saturday, but realize this. I have my own vendor table. I'm going to load up my car with 2 bar top arcades and merch. And, I got this too. See if it's up. Oh, yeah. I got this too. This banner.
Oh,
going up.
check that out.
This banner's going to be hung above my table. Yes, this ups my presentation a little bit. So that's what I'm going to be doing that Saturday. Now I'm coming up to Now I'm coming up there. I already mentioned I'm coming up to Headless Horseman this Saturday. I will be practicing some on that Marvel vs. Capcom arcade cabinet. You better take some time to practice on it too, Lionel.
I hear you, man. I'm gonna have to.
You better. All right. Anyway, anything we want to plug? Anything you want to plug? Nothing? Okay. Lionel?
Yeah, JP's fighting game that's in the works with the Bloody Wars roster. I don't have a timetable yet, but I know for sure it's in the works. I would assume you guys are probably going to be in it. Might have to talk to him
I'm going to have
about
to bring JP
appearance and,
on this.
copyright infringement. We don't want to make Stephen Lucas' hands too big, so he wants to sue or
Well,
something.
there's something about signing a likeness contract.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I mean,
You'll be
how
curious.
can you put Stephen Lucas in a video game, man? I mean, they're gonna be
I
like
want to be
nice
in a
beefed
video
up
game
versions of.
documentary. I would at least like to be in a video game documentary, which is why I want that I'm waiting for that Quest for Dark Presence to be finished.
Why do you want to be in a documentary?
Because other gamers I know are been in video game documentaries. I want to be in one. Why not? I've got championships and I've got street cred as a gamer. I've got titles under my belt. That's why. All the attention had been on Thor Ackerland over the years. Why do you think I see doing this podcast allows me
I believe you, man.
liberties?
You don't gotta kick my ass. I believe you.
I don't know about kicking your rear. I'm just saying I want to be in a documentary with all the other guys, like the next king, like the King of Kong, something like that. I can't.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's pretty good.
Yes, Billy won ultimately.
Yeah. So we want to have a
lawsuit.
Stephen Lucas version of that? Is that what your goal is?
I don't know if it's a Stephen Lucas version. What? What's this? What do you mean the Blade Wars Championship is missing?
Oh, man.
What? You know what? He's in the chat. Let's get him in here. Hang on. I gotta fight him into this. You know what? Man, doggone it. JP Pitts. I gotta send him a link. Get him in here. Get him in here. If he can come in here. I'm having to juggle all these damn windows. Doggone it. I got two browsers open. Here. Come on in here, JP. I just sent. We need to. Oh, now he's throwing me off. Come in here, JP. Accept the link. Real quick. Hurry up. Well, he said.
You need the belt.
Yeah, that's what he meant. Blade Wars is missing. It's missing around my waist. All right, now I get it now.
I see what he did.
Yeah, I see what he did. I don't know if he's gonna make it in here. All right, Matt and Lionel. I want to thank you for joining me here on the Crimeycade podcast this week. Yeah, I kept this podcast down to 2 hours instead of the 3 hours I've been doing lately. So that's a plus for me. I'm glad to keep it under 2 hours this time around. But gentlemen, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And I'll see you around the arcade soon. Oh, wait a minute. Matthew, I see that thing I see an arcade cabinet in your room. Can you pan your camera around? What is that?
That's my Street Fighter cat playing Killer Instinct.
So that is a full-blown arcade game. And I see a Miss Pac-Man next to it.
Yeah.
How many arcade games you got?
I got 3 right now.
And they're not arcade one-ups. They're the genuine...
No, these 3 are arcade one-ups. I actually have arcade boards that I use a Super Gun with.
Okay. I just saw that, and it was like, he's got an arcade game in his room. It's like, why didn't I notice that earlier? It was like it was off camera. until now. Anyway,
Yeah, and then let me show you real quick.
all right.
Yes, show us.
Killer Instincts.
Damn, check it out.
So yeah, you better. So I think you have a good chance of winning the belt at
yeah.
KI. All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you all adieu and have a good night.
You as well. Thank you
All
for
right,
having us.
you too.
All right,
See ya.
all right. So Bloody Wars is this weekend. I gotta run through the rest of this. I will point out that ever since my Windows 7 machine died, I had been doing my computer work out in the living room. But now I'm back here. My Windows 11 machine is on a bench, a printer sitting on top. I have a computer table that I've had since childhood. I have 2 monitors on here, but one of the monitors is 15 inch because I cannot fit 2 widescreen monitors on this table. Plus, this feels a little cramped. Where my hands are touching are the ends of this table. So I feel like I need to upgrade my setup here for the future. So the next time I will be here doing the Crimeycade podcast, I'll have a new setup in this room. Now it may not be visible on camera. I'll just take this camera up here. See, look at this table right here. This table right here. I've had this table since childhood. What occupied this table before was the Atari 1200 XL computer. That's what this table was used for. When I moved into this house, this setup, yes, did get used, but it was like before, it's like, I guess, Pentium 1 or 2 or whatever. I had a tower on this bench, but at some point, I got my Dell XPS 8100, my Dell computer. I've been out in the living room with it and not back here. So I need room. So all this is going to get upgraded the next time I'm here doing an episode of the Crimeycade. Now, let me run through the rest of this. Yes, I'll be doing a vendor. I'll be running a vendor table. By the way, I will be rating a channel, and I will be rating Zelda Dungeon yet again. But if you haven't registered for the Galby Ghost Arcade Tournament, please do so. $50 entry. That gets you in for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Play 20 games. Put a score in on 20 games. Try to compete for as many ranking points as you can get to maybe beat Zurst for the T20 championship. And you might be, and if you beat Zurst, you'll be the third unique person to hold that belt, and you may be in a great position to win the Gamer of the Year. Pinball Expo 25 has been announced. It will be October 15th through the 18th in 2025. This is the 41 years. And I said at the top of the program, Rob Anthony. We lost Rob Anthony. He was one of the regular vendors at the Pinball Expo. We lost him last night, actually. Midwest Gaming Classic, 25th anniversary in 2026, April 24th through the 26th. I will be there yet again. It'll be year 22 for me. New scores! Oh, I thought I updated all this. Well, that one up top has to go. Anyway. Carl DeLinden up to score at Violent Storm, breaching 3.3 million. Tony DeRose, 500,000 at the New Zealand Story. Another newcomer, Odin Brewer, came into the Galbin Ghost. Took the house high with 2.6 million points. Andrew Owasco retook Final Brawl Final Blow from Pete Hahn, 2.3 million points on that one. He also took the laser. I covered yours last week, JP. I covered yours last week. That's why it's not up there. These are new scores that I haven't covered yet. Biggest battle, 64,700. Taking that from King Can Blackman. Did you just post that? Well, you know how Goblin Ghost is. If a new score gets posted way late, I mean, right before the stream, it's probably not going to get covered that week. It'll just get carried over to the week after. Let me hit the refresh button on this. I don't see a score on. No, it's not been posted yet. Not been posted yet, but I do see a new score coming out of Fun Spot, and I'll cover that one next week. Is a little bit too late to cover, but that'll be next week. Actually, it won't be next week, because you know why it won't be next week. I know why it won't be next week, but let me get to that in a second. The chase for tokens, yes, Andrew Owasco still pulling away over 10,000 tokens. And this pretty much has stayed the same. I've lost tokens because Dave Parks took two of my scores. Came up from Kentucky, took a few of them. So, no changes here. And certainly no changes for the Gamer of the Year odds. This is pretty much baked in. There's 4 weeks left. I don't expect any changes. If somebody upsets Zurst for T20, they've got the Gamer of the Year belt. Automatic. Automatic. Andrew Owasco is still looking for his third title. He's always plugging away, taking scores, being on the rundown every single week. Ben Falls is in the hunt. John Liming's in the hunt. And then whoever is clearing the most of the challenge cards in the hunt. But there's also a possibility that no one takes Gamer of the Year. It was certainly hard sell for Zurst to have the Gamer of the Year title last year. And next week, well, 2 weeks from now, I will be doing the countdown to anniversary. We're going to have a T20 round table. We're going to talk T20 and predictions. Jeez, just have people who've participated in T20 in the past come on out, participate in the round table. Wow. And this will be the podcast before anniversary. And I did one last year, or I'll be ready to go to do another one this year. But that's in 2 weeks, because I will be taking the week off because be taking next Thursday off because I'm doing the Missouri Game Con. So until then, yes, gonna drop this. Until then, I'm the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. I will be rating Zelda Dungeon. They are doing a week-long fundraiser. They're playing every one of the Zelda games. I gotta find them on the list. Yeah, they're still going. Right now, they're playing the Wind Waker HD. So, Monster Segopian, yes, as I mentioned earlier, they casted the actors for the new Legend of Zelda movie to come. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll see you at the Missouri Game Con. But until next time, I'm the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. Have a good night, everybody.